Well, immigration is a top issue among voters, especially in border states like Texas. Recent changes in the Biden administration's policies have resulted in fewer illegal crossings. Yet critics argue that some of those changes could encourage more arrivals. Well, CBN's Tara Mergener reports from McAllen, Texas.
As the sun sets over the Rio Grande, the Texas-Mexico border appears peaceful. Once the major hotspot for illegal crossings, the situation has changed due to Texas spending billions toward aggressive border enforcement, from barbed wire and floating buoys to the National Guard.
If you cross in Texas, you will be prosecuted.
While illegal immigration is down overall in Texas, the numbers show many migrants are rerouting to other states, often with smugglers, due to Governor Greg Abbott's enhanced border security.
Border officials say that means more crossings in neighboring states like Arizona, New Mexico, and California.
Most of it is cartel. If you pay the cartel to get across, they're taking you up north because it's easier for them.
Biden administration executive orders aimed at streamlining asylum requests have also reduced the number of dangerous crossings and expedited deportations.
I'm announcing actions to bar migrants who cross our southern border unlawfully. Migrants will be restricted from receiving asylum at our southern border unless they seek it after entering through an established lawful process.
In August, 58,000 migrants entered the U.S., down from a record 250,000 in December. That's a 68% drop compared to a year ago.
While the Biden administration touts a recent drop in illegal border crossings, critics argue they don't tell the whole story. They claim new legal pathways for migrants don't reduce overall migration, but instead encourage more arrivals and further complicate border security.
The traffic and people coming into the pipeline has not abated under the executive order. The Biden administration, for quite some time now, has been using the parole system to let people make an appointment on CBP One app and fly into the country, so effectively flying over the border.
The CBP One system helps process about 50,000 asylum seekers monthly, with more than 800,000 migrants paroled into the U.S. since its launch last year. Millions remain waiting for appointments.
This traveler feature is now live on CBP One.
Humanitarian parole programs also allow legal entry for tens of thousands each month from designated crisis countries, unlike regular parole, which is case-specific.
It's like the U.S. government is completing the smuggling process. They're gaming the system and they're skewing the numbers, so it looks like immigration's down when it's actually not down at all.
We see what happens in New York. We saw what happened in Springfield, Ohio, Aurora, Colorado. That impact is being felt regardless of what the level of traffic at the border is.
We reached out to the White House about these concerns and are still awaiting a response. Meanwhile, agents also point out the flow of dangerous drugs into the U.S. has not stopped. So far this year, border authorities report seizing at least 10,000 pounds of fentanyl.
They still bring dope through the river. The drug crossings obviously have not slowed down, and we hear it every day, and we see it every day, and the talk about fentanyl, and it's very real.
And they say so is the potential terror threat to the United States, as individuals from more than 160 countries still show up to cross.
You just need one person, or in the event of 9/11, what was it, 9 people? You don't need many to cause us a lot of problems here in this country.
Problems those on the front lines insist will continue no matter which method migrants choose to get here. In McAllen, Texas, Tara Mergener, CBN News.
Well, Tara's been reporting on this for years and raised the alarm at the beginning of the Biden administration. Then it was 200,000, 300,000 a month. So here we are, getting ready for an election, and suddenly the Biden administration is now concerned about immigration and making, we're going to have executive orders and we're going to change the rules and do all of that. The reason it's been slowed down in Texas is because of Governor Abbott. And here's the kicker on that one. The federal government sued the state of Texas when they tried to enhance their own border to say we can't handle this influx of immigration. This is overwhelming us. It's overwhelming our law enforcement. It's overwhelming housing. It's overwhelming all our social services. We have to put a stop to it. And the federal government sued them and said you can't do that. This whole issue is mind-boggling to me, because when you add 9 million people to our country, what does that mean? What does that mean for employment? What does that mean for? Are they going to be taxpayers? They've come illegally? Are they now going to live lawfully? What's that going to do to the rental market? You have 9 million new people that need housing. Is that going to drive up the housing cost? But the strain on social services, I mean, you're hearing it from the city of Chicago, and those are Democrats. You're hearing it from the city of New York. Those are Democrats. They're saying you've got to make this stop. It's become unmanageable. I don't understand the end game. Why in the world would you allow 9 million people in here illegally? It just doesn't make any sense to me. And I've said repeatedly, if you don't enforce your borders, you're no longer really a country. You've got to maintain citizenship. You have to maintain certain rights for social services that the taxpayers are paying for. You just can't have a welcome sign on your southern border and everybody come and participate in the wonders of America. It doesn't work, and it doesn't work long time. It's amazing to me, the doublespeak now, but that's, I guess,